We love hip hop.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And salute to the listening audience, because I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to give to the viewing audience. Y'all might just hear us talking and with no music underneath the beat bed for YouTube.
You can't give them the "it doesn't matter."
I can maybe give those parts, but like YouTube be stringent.
No offense.
I wanted to talk to you guys about the ICE stuff this time. Real videos, okay? No AI.
Nah,
We'll see
they're
about
wilding
that.
now. They're wilding.
They're
now.
going
They're
crazy,
wilding. They're
fam.
wilding
Like,
now.
and I'm gonna have to cloud this video when I play this on the YouTubes. One take, Jake, if you can give me number 5.
Man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
Walk on, bro. Where are we going, fam? This is just the beginning. Hitting him with the freaking burner, bro.
You're gun butting him and thing.
And then they fucking.
What the fuck? They killed him? Did they fucking kill that guy? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Oh my god.
Not again. Are you fucking kidding me?
Not again.
That guy's
I'm
dead.
sorry to start the shit dark, but bruh,
Holy, they smoked.
they
it.
smoked him, fam. This is in Minneapolis, like near the Learning Center or the Leering Center. Right?
No, they're wilding. They're wilding.
Why are you
They're
laughing? What's funny about this, DJ Natural Wave?
No, I'm not laughing at the situation. It's a defense mechanism, you know. Like when I get uncomfortable, like I start to laugh. So to the listening, I'm not laughing at the situation. It's just so crazy that like they're guaning like a gang. You know what I mean? They're moving with impunity, and obviously like the president is they're putting the battery in their back.
Yes, giving them mad power.
You know,
Nobody's penalizing them for this. The audience or like the general public is like shocked and appalled.
yeah.
But I haven't heard about any arrest or anything like that. So I have a 2-part question. 1, actually 3. What the fuck's going on is 1. 2, that bringing back this ICE in Canada question that we were talking about last week. And 3, is this Nick Shirley's fault?
Okay. 1, to answer what's going
And y'all
on.
can answer any order. I don't care.
To answer what's going on, and this might be a little bit of a controversial take, but in certain states, the local law enforcement are refusing to cooperate with ICE. You know what I mean? So instead of like ICE being able to utilize resources and being able to like, okay, let me use I could like search your database. I could like, you know what I mean? ICE is just moving kind of freestyle because like they don't know these ends, they don't know these people, they don't know what's going on, and they don't have the resources of the local police to be like, okay, we're gonna show you our Minnesota badge, and then maybe they'll be more cooperative. So like ICE is just going in like, okay, the police is not helping us, maybe we have to turn it up even more. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's kind of like a disconnect there, you know what I mean? So like ICE feels like they have to kind of go crazy, and then the people, because like they're rebelling or whatever, like it's just like
they said that the guy had a gun, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like the guy wasn't armed, but he also had the right to have his gun.
And he was also getting jumped by 5 dudes.
That is also true, right? But they said he had seen him with a gun earlier or something like that. I was hearing from the reports. And then he went back to where he was, and then he got into the altercation with the ICE agents, and then he pulled out his gun.
Oh, he pulled it out on the ICE agents?
This is what they're saying in some of the reports. I don't know, because there's other reports saying that this man, like, 1, has a right to be armed, and he didn't pull out shit.
Well,
right?
also, if you're getting jumped by 5 dudes, like that's probably the best time to pull out.
Bro, one of them was gun butting him, fam. We've seen in the video, one guy was gun butting the guy, bro.
And the thing is, okay, the reason why I bring up the local law enforcement and stuff is because any man could put on like an army vest and start saying, yo, I'm ICE, wagwan, like give me your whip. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I need to, you know what I mean? So like for the locals, I do understand why they are resisting, because it's like, like you said, if 5 mans just hop out in like a minivan, start yelling and shouting at you, like you're gonna be fight or flight type thing. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. It's just a crazy, like immovable force versus like removable, like you know whatever that saying is. Type.
Yeah, and I feel like they operate almost outside the law. So it's like, how are you even getting away with this? I think this is disgusting. I don't even care how they justify it. Like, and this guy was a citizen as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't an illegal.
No.
So, and I seen what
like,
Trump went
he was
to.
a citizen?
He's just a regular white dude.
But even if he
from
wasn't
Minnesota.
illegal, you're gonna pop him?
No, but like I feel like for them, it's like they're like more impartial, you know, to like the illegals. Like, okay, well, the illegals are doing this, that, so we could do this. But it's like
He
it's just
resisted.
yeah, you know. And I feel like
He's white, eh? That's
even you're like even worse.
no. 'Cause I'm just like, what did he do to make them think that he wasn't from the country? Like,
Fam, they don't have any requirements, bro.
And like you said, anyone could just put on a fit and say they're ICE. So if you did have local police forces like cooperating with ICE and trying to make sure that everything is kind of going according to protocol, then you probably avoid these type of
blah, blah,
situations.
blah, check, bam. Okay, he's good.
Okay, well, let's pull it up. One take, Jake, if you could assist me with number 4 over here, because I went on ChatGPT and found out what the requirements are to be an ICE agent. So, U.S. citizen, between 21 and 37 years old, valid U.S. driver's license, pass a background investigation, pass a polygraph, pass drug screening, pass medical and physical fitness test, pass felony convictions, selective service registration if applicable, right? Bachelor degree or 3 relevant years of work experience or a combination of educations plus experience.
What's relevant years of work experience?
Probably
for
like a
ICE?
bouncer. Like, let's say you were a bouncer for 3 years. That's like, yo, you know, I stuffed a couple dudes. It's like, you're in.
I like the jib. I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah.
Right. Relevant experiences include law enforcement, military service, corrections, security investigation. Got him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Physical requirements: ability to run, push-ups, and sit-ups.
Any man could do this. Literally any man.
And basic tactics, defense tactics, and firearms qualifications. So if you can own a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Your training is only 13 weeks.
13 weeks. What is that in like what? 3 months? 4 months tops?
That's
13
like
weeks is 3 months.
It's 3 months and a week.
3 months.
That's not even
week, bro.
Yo, our winter lasts longer than that, bro.
But here's the thing, like ideologically, right? Like if you're the type of person who wants to be an ICE agent, most likely there's more of an ideological incentive where you actually want the illegals out. You want to fulfill the role that ICE is trying to display. So I think a lot of the dudes there, like they either harbor some sort of like, I don't want to say racist sentiments, but like, or maybe violent tendencies. They're like, yo, you're telling me I could just jump people all day?
That's what it is. I don't think it's racist because it's been white people getting smoked so far.
But maybe there's the liberal whites are getting smoked.
You know, that's what's
and white, like racist whites hate liberal whites.
Yeah, you're in the way.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when it was like, remember the North versus the South when the whole like
Civil War?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like that is starting to happen in America. Like it's starting to feel that way where it's like the right versus the left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Civil War.
It's not about race, it's about state rights.
And do you think they're trying to like this could be get back for when mans try to smoke Trump? Because they're saying that it was a liberal youth. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, okay, all you liberal whites, it's on site for you guys now.
Damn.
Yeah, but there are like,
anyone with blue hair, you gotta have a red shirt.
But there are black ICE agents. But it's like, I feel like a lot of the ICE agents are trying to preserve a version of America that they see as the ideal version. And I feel like that ideal version is the one that was rooted in white supremacy. And the version that they see now of America is this like melting pot disaster in their mind, you know?
And also some of those guys are considered Toms too, you know what I'm saying?
What's a Tom? Oh, Uncle Tom.
What about the Leering Center aspect?
Nick Shirley, so you really want to put this on Nick Shirley?
Listen, in that video, the second video, the Somali guys were going at him crazy, saying if Somali people die, it's gonna be on your head because you're making us, you're demonizing us and stuff like that. Now they're in Minneapolis, they're in Minnesota, they're all over the place. Freaking ICE agents are all over. These videos have millions of views.
So someone goes to like Mexico or whatever and like does a documentary on like the narco terrorism or whatever, and then that infantry or whatever gets smoked. Is it okay? How am I trying to say this? I'm not gonna say like
I already got you, but keep going.
You know what I mean? Is it the fault of the person that did the documentary, or is it the fault of the criminals that were doing crimes?
They'll say both. They'll be like, one of the guys dry snitched, who was the journalist, and the group that's actually perpetrating these actions are committing crimes. So it's like, I feel like in that situation with Nick Shirley, like some of that community doesn't want to take accountability for the scam. So they were like, oh, you're anti-Muslim, you're Islamophobic. Like they start throwing these like terms to kind of like make you look bad and demonize you because their hands are dirty.
Zar's about to get bare hate comments.
I don't know, but I don't like when people like don't want to take responsibility for their actions. If you're scamming, you're finessing, like, okay, cool. But like, if you get caught, don't play the victim and then try to blame the person for like exposing you. Like, you know, don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
But I will say this, because, you know, you mentioned all these Mexicans and the documentaries and stuff like that. Fam, there's bare narco freaking videos and documentaries and all that. And look who they're trying to get out of their country. They're trying to get mad Mexicans and freaking undocumented migrants and all that out of their country. So that's their public enemy number one, even though Mexicans are voting for Trump. You know what I'm saying? They're the main ones they're trying to get out of their country.
But I think it's like people, I would say, I don't want to say like law-abiding citizens or whatever, but like people who went through the correct route or like the legal route, I would say. I don't want to say the right route, you know what I mean? But people who went through the legal route, I feel like they look at the mans who hopped the fence. It's kind of like, hey, yo, if I paid to get in the club, niggas that snuck through the back door, I'm like, yo, get these guys out of here. You know what I mean?
Yes. But the problem
like, how's this guy allowed in the booth, bro? I just paid $5 for this booth. This guy just in the booth.
I went to the festival, you know, I paid a band to get my spot. And niggas they broke down the fence and shit and then got a better spot than me.
And there's no consequences?
Yes, but the Somali community, and I'm not here to defend the fraud, because I agree with you. They got to take accountability for some of that stuff. It can't just all be faults. But if you go and focus a spotlight on these guys who, the issue that they're not having an issue with them being documented. They're having an issue with them being fraudsters. You put a spotlight on them being fraudsters. They're all immigrants. Now, it might entice ICE agents to be like, how many of those immigrants are actually documented? And now they do have a target on their back.
Yes, but if you're not doing anything wrong, well, I guess unfortunately some innocents do get caught by ICE. So it's like, I can't even say.
Shot.
Yeah, but typically 99% of the time, if you're here not doing anything wrong and you have the, you know, proper paperwork, you're good.
Yeah.
And you should have that confidence. You shouldn't be like, oh, like, because I understand that Nick Shirley's like documentary or whatever kind of shaped perception. And I'm sure these ICE agents are probably like, oh, these scamming Somalis in Minnesota, blah, blah, blah. Like some of them might think like that, right?
They're probably not even documented.
Yeah, you know, but as long as your trail is good and you have confidence in that, then I think you'll be fine, bro.
I think it's on fault of the Minnesota government. Because they're like, oh, if ICE comes through, we're not going to help them. Like, and they're kind of like rallying the people to rebel against ICE. Yeah. So they're creating this environment of like
hostility.
You know what I mean? So like now the people are like, okay, when ICE pulls up, we're ready for them. That's why mans are on road with their strap. You know what I mean? So now ICE is seeing, okay, the government is getting the people against us. So now ICE is probably thinking, okay, we got to be on 10. And then like, so it's just like a clusterfuck. You know?
Yeah, because if ICE approaches like an area and the people are automatically aggressive and hostile, what do you think that's going to make them do? They're probably trained where it's like, yo, if you feel like unsafe or endangered or in a hostile situation, use whatever force is necessary.
In 13 weeks.
and I think the government under Minnesota, they're more democratic.
Yeah.
So like they were rocking with the Biden, and you know what I mean? So like they're not trying to, I guess, cooperate with this Trump shit. You know what I mean? Which I think makes it worse, which creates situations like this. Yeah. But,
it's a sad shit.
That's kind of the irony of, I guess, democracy, where if we had like absolute rulership or a dictatorship, whatever Trump says goes, and like no one will argue. And if you argue, you're not going to be a senator anymore. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So it is good to have democracy, but when you have it like fragmented ideologically, where it's like you guys work for the same place, but you hate my views, I hate your views. You're gonna have this like disorganization. Whereas like, bro, North Korea, if the man wanted to do something, it's being done. You know, like you need like, I feel like humans, we naturally kind of grew up like, I guess from a civilization perspective with one leader, and everyone rated that one leader because he had that authority. You know, like dictatorship, I feel like is more our natural tendency than this like democracy.
You think so?
Yes. I feel like there was always like even if we look at it like locally, there was like one chief tribesman,
Yeah,
and his authority trumped everyone else's, and like you kind of were in line with him.
because when I think back to like, you know, ancient days, like Kemet days and stuff or whatever, even like Egypt days, there's always like kings and queens.
A pharaoh who's literally ordained by
exactly.
God.
Exactly.
You know, like
there wasn't like, I see what you mean.
no, there was no members of parliament. You know what I'm saying? You might have a 1-2 people. It's like, yeah, I know the pharaoh, and the pharaoh told me to manage this area, but like I still work for the pharaoh.
Yeah,
you know?
So it might go to that saying that they say too many hands in the kitchen make the food spoil.
Free doom.
We
Thanks
love
for
hip
watching.
hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.